Hi guys, I'm the British WW2 Man, and today I've got another video for you, which is going to be on an update on general stuff that I've got. Most of it's stuff that I've got for my birthday. So yeah, let's get straight into it. First off, I'll start with just general things I've got, and then I'll get on to my actual stuff that I got on my birthday. So first off, I've been making World War II reproduction rations, German ones. Now this is condensed soup, which is basically what it says, condensed soup, tomato soup, and you'd add water to it and it would become soup. So it's a powder. Second thing here, Glucksli condensed milk, which is condensed milk. It's got 4-leaf over there because Gluck, luck, and then the rest of it is just a name. So yeah, it says Eigentum der Deutsche Wehrmacht, which I added with a typewriter, and that says WH Eigentum, or WH Eigentum in German, which also means property of the German Armed Forces. Next things I made are these. These are Milchkaffee. It's milk coffee, and these are basically little sachets, and what you do is you drip the top off that, pour that into one of these, and then, or whatever drinking utensil you had, so you'd open the top there, and then you'll pour it into here, and then you'd add water to it, boiling water, and then you'd have yourself a nice cup of coffee. So there's those. Next things that I have are these. These are called Zitronendrops, which are basically citron drops, that's what it means. And these are like sweets, but you could also put them into boiling water again, and it'd give you a kind of lemonade. That's the word. Next thing I made is this Fleischkonserve Rindbraten, which is basically the standard meat that the Germans had during the war. These are all used tins. I don't go in for making real, actual, usable rations, because it's a waste of time, unless it's like a week before the actual reenactment that I'm going to use them at, because they'll go off. So there's those. Now I also went to the Swindon and Cricklade Railway reenactment a couple of weeks ago, and I got some things from there. Now first off is I got this, which is Coca-Cola. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know what this is. This is one of the things that the Germans used to issue during the war to their troops to give them energy. Coca-Cola stands for Schokolade, coffee, cafe, and cola, which is cola bean. So yeah, and the company is still active now, and it's exactly the same company in exactly the same tins, apart from one slight difference, apart from all this modern rubbish written on the back. It's that it would have originally, if it was World War II, have an eagle clutching a swastika, the Reichsadler, which looks like this. So imagine that. So yeah, I was just using I think that's an SA Kepi cat badge. Anyway, so yeah, that's good. It cost £1, which I think was really good, and the guy had obviously had it bumming around for ages because it's got all these dents, and also he'd left it outside his tent for the entire of the day, and it got to like 30 something degrees C. So you don't want it like this. Nothing wrong with that, you can still eat it, it's still edible, but the good thing about it is it lasts longer. It looks like all of the parts have actually melted together, which is quite interesting. Or 2 layers at least have melted together. So that's that. really good value for a quid. Next thing I got was this, and it's basically a World War II US wallet. It's possibly original, possibly reproduction wallet, no idea. It's got a little thing for holding stamps or train tickets or whatever, and inside it's got a whole load of documents and fake money and stuff. Thing is though, the guy who sold it to me gave me an original Allied occupation of France 5 franc note. He left that in there, which is rather silly of him. Anyway, so that's that. It's got a picture of a buffalo on this side. Don't know how well you can see that, but there's a buffalo. So that's that. Now the last thing I got from the Swindon and Cricklade Railway reenactment is inside this, which is my post-war Patron Custom 34, but it's literally the same as World War II one, just has some holes that look like they're field modifications on the side. Anyway, so yeah, it's inside here. Now, this is my 200 round MG34 ammo belt, and MG3 ammo belts. So yeah, let's get started off with this is made out of 4 belts. I had 2 of these belts already. This is made out of 4 belts rather. I had 2 of the belts already. I got 2 of them at the Swindon and Cricklade Railway. So this one here is a 1936 date. I'm not going to remove it, but it says on the tab here, and it continues all the way to there where it stopped, and then the next one continues to here. It's a 1941 date, and the next one's one I got at Guernsey, which is also 1941 date, and the one after that's just the MB3 belt. Now the 1936 one, I don't have any ammo in apart from a couple of 7.62 blanks that I tried to make look like live ones by just cutting the heads off with a saw, because if you cut the top off a blank after it's been fired off, so it will look like it's an actual one that's been fired. And then if you have an actual head of a bullet head rather, such as one of these, you can then put it into where the thing was, and it will basically make yourself a very cost-effective inert. So yeah, that's that. I'm planning on trying to fill this up, the last one up, with 7.92 ammo rather than the 7.62 ammo, because it'd be nice to get it all 7.92. Anyway, so enough dawdling on that. Yeah, I'll move on to the next thing. Now getting straight onto the stuff I got for my birthday. So to start off with, I'll show you this. This is my favourite thing, I think, that I got for my birthday. Now, it's an original World War II, 1944 dated Mauser K98k Bayonet. Don't know if you can see this very well or not, but it says 44 ASW there. And that's, so yeah, it also says 44 ASW there on the blade, and that's very good that it's got 2 matching factory number and date, or factory letters and date rather. But on this side it's different serial numbers, as you can see, there it says 7,354, and then the scabbard is 8,835. So yeah, the interesting thing about this though is that it has the wooden grips and it has the flash protector or flash guard. Now the point of the flash guard is so that when you fire your rifle, the black powder residue doesn't get on the grips and ruin them. Now the reason why it's got wooden grips as opposed to polymer grips, or Bakelite grips I should say, is because during the early stages of the war they were using wood. Then I think it was in 1941 or 1942 they went to Bakelite grips, and then in 1944 they went back to using wood grips because they wanted to use the oil that they would have been making the Bakelite out of for use in vehicles and stuff like that, or more important stuff than this, whereas trees regrow in years, whereas it takes millennia of years for oil to regrow, and Germany was very, very low on oil by the end of the war. So yeah, very interesting, lovely. It's got a little bit of a dent there. Other than that, it's good. It's had the attachment for the frog resoldered by the looks of it with either brass or bronze solder, probably something like that. I think it's more like the brass silver because bronze usually goes green. Anyway, it's been used. It's very good. I'll just show you what it looks like fixed to my rifle. So this is my FN model 1924 Mauser, and here is the Mauser K98k Bayonet. Don't know how well you can see this. So there it is. It fits on perfectly, and that's really kind of the design of it, because the FN model 1924 Mauser was based off the K98, and the Mauser K98k was basically based off the K98 also. The FN model 1924 Mauser had interchangeable parts, so much so that when FN was overrun in 1940, the Germans used the machines in FN to produce spare parts. However, as far as I know, they didn't manufacture FN model 1924 Mausers after that. However, they would have had loads that they captured from the Yugoslavians when they invaded Yugoslavia in 1941, and they would have also had loads of captured ones that they'd taken off the Belgians from when they captured them in 1940. So there's the blade. Blade's in really good nick. It's got a couple of dings there from where I think it's been used in actual combat, which is really awesome. So yeah, that's that. There's the other side of it, if you want to see. So yeah, I mean, that's basically that bayonet for you. It's a very good thing to have finally. Now it has got some other markings on it that I'll just quickly show you. So first of all, on the end there's no Waffenamp because it's obviously been chopped off combat, something else like that. It has focused. So yeah, there is the Waffenamp on top. So sorry about the shakiness, it's hard to do. Anyway, so that's that. So my next things are also really interesting. They're in here. Now these are a whole load of bits of paperwork, which is really interesting. Now first off, here is a World War I death card, and it was for Katjan Steinmetz, I think that's how his name's said, and he was in the 1st Infantry Regiment, and he was in the Machine Gun Company, and he was awarded the Iron Cross, and he died on 14th December 1914 in Arras. Next thing from those is this, which is a picture of, I think, either a World War I mine or World War I shell hole that's been turned into a postcard. And another First World War postcard. This is of soldiers marching off to battle. It's a painting. They're all not written on. And then this is, I believe, a photograph of a whole load of World War I surgeons, I believe, or it could be people who are injured. I'm pretty sure they're surgeons though, by the looks of them. Anyway, moving on. In here I have 3 failed post letters. First one is this, which is really interesting. It's, I believe, to someone from their girlfriend. From what I've been able to make out from the part of it that I could actually understand. I believe the person was in the Tyrol when they took these photographs, or had them taken. And then there's 6 girls there. Sorry about lighting. Another alpine picture. And here is the letter, dated 1943, 2nd of February. And then there's the back. So yeah, that's very interesting. And the shame about it is that I can understand German reasonably well, but the problem is that the handwriting at the time is so illegible to me. Anyway, so here it is, the second one. This is very interesting because it is a what looks like a captured Soviet envelope, possibly, because that's all in Cyrillic, or Cyrillic, or however it said, Russian characters. Yeah, that's the envelope. So it's either captured from the Soviets in 1941, or it was produced for other civilians, or civilians and soldiers in Russia post-German occupation. So inside here, 1944 dated letter, so that would fit with it being captured paper. And in here we have German soldier. I believe this is after he was wounded and he was in a convalescent home. And same one here, just slightly different background. And then these 2 pictures, these are actually different photographs. This one is very interesting because it looks like he's got a Hitler Youth knife. He's pretending to operate on his comrade. And then here they're just messing around again. So yeah, there's those. And then here is the last one we have, which is dated 1940, the stamp is. However, I believe the photographs have nothing to do with the actual failed post letter itself. So there's the failed post letter. Again, it's useless and pointless me showing you the whole thing because you almost certainly won't be able to read it. So here are 2 photographs of a destroyed or knocked out armoured train. I believe this is a Soviet one, and it says something like Russische something Bahnhof 1943 on the back, which is what I can vaguely make out from that. Same on the back of this one. So these are taken after the failed post was written, over captured, and knocked out Soviet armour train, and just German soldiers messing around with one of the anti-aircraft guns on the back, or training with it. Anyway, more likely messing around by the looks of it, due to the informal dress they're wearing, etc. So yeah, that's all the paperwork that I got. Moving on. So the next things I got are in here. Now, first thing I got was this, which is a World War II German bread bag, However, it's only got its strap, which isn't really actually a bag strap. In fact, strap, I believe, is actually off a sanitätstasche, which is one of these. I'll just put the grip bag around this, like that, so you can see it. Now this I also got for my birthday, which is a World War II sanitätstasche from my mum. She got a whole load of these for about 20 euros, I think, from German eBay. And this is the strap. Now the strap is literally exactly the same, just it's black. Black leather, not brown leather. Now I'll just take it off so you can see the similarities between both the straps. So, same hook design, same stud on either side. Apart from this side, it's on the one attached to the bread bag, it's looped around, and this one it's just attached to a piece of leather. So, yeah, I mean, they're almost exactly the same, and I'd be inclined to say that they are exactly the same, just made by a different company or slightly different pattern. So, yeah, cut a long story short, my mum got hold of these sanitätstasches from German eBay, and she gave me one and sold, I think, the other 3, and she kept one for herself, because I think there was 5 originally. So yeah, it's black. Usually the wartime ones that you find are brown, however they could be black. There's nothing to say there wasn't black ones made during the war. However, that one looks like it's been used post-war by the DRK, Deutsches Rotes Kreuz. It was then used as a child's lunchbox, maybe? I'm not sure, because it's got like a child sticker here from something. Anyway, I'm probably going to steam that off because it's makes it look rather tacky and naff. So here's the contents of the sanitätstasche. I'll just show you this before I go back onto the bread bag. So, yeah, it's got a set of pre-war scissors here, and these are made for export, probably to Britain or the US, because it says Germany on them rather than Deutschland or East Germany or West Germany. So that must mean it's pre-war or it's 1990s. So yeah, there's a list of stuff that it would originally contain. A whole load of bandages, that plasters in there. These are a whole load of Danish bandages, and inside of this there's a whole load of stuff that came with it. 1970s, 60s, 80s DR supplies. So yeah, I mean, that's basically that. I just put these Danish bandages in there because I'm probably going to end up turning all of the stuff in there into World War II German rations, because everything's really kind of modern, and so modern stuff doesn't really matter if you modify it, because there's plenty more of that where it came from, whereas with World War II stuff there isn't. So yeah, that's that. Back onto the bread bag. So the bread bag's missing a couple of things. It's missing the things to actually attach to the belt, so the 2 loops and the buttons. It's had that sewn on again, I believe in possibly the correct place, and it's missing the middle loop, which would have the hook on, but I can replace that because I do actually have a hook. It's missing the back D loop. This one's about to come off. So yeah, I mean, the inside's intact, which is nice, apart from it's had this tongue replaced. It should be leather. And inside it also has these two sets of, I believe these are dust goggles. These either by the Africa Corps or Mountain Troops, because they're tinted. So yeah, I mean, that's basically that. I'm going to see if I can restore this. So apart from the bread bag also having the divider, don't know how well you can see that, but it has the dividing compartment, 2 compartments. However, it's not the version which has the Mauser K98k cleaning compartment, which is a bit of a shame. But the good thing about it is it still does have its original part, saying that's the end of the belt loop. So yeah, that's quite interesting. It shows it's been field modified. And if you look at here, I mean, you can see that they've just been snipped off with a pair of scissors by the looks of it, or something like that. Yeah, I mean, that, for all I know, that could have been used by DRK, and the red thing that was painted there could have just been white, brushed off with time and wear. What could have just been used by a German soldier for use in storing important stuff in, and they wanted to wear it as a side bag rather than a actual, the way it was designed to be worn. So yeah. Next thing I have in here are these. Now, this is the first one. These are really weird, I'm not gonna lie. Don't know whether they're wartime, military or civilian. They're rather small, so I was thinking possibly civilian children's mountaineering packs. Just see if I can lower the camera. There. Because they do look a bit like the World War II German mountaineering packs, or the rucksacks that they had. However, it is just tiny. I mean, you couldn't really carry that much inside it. And also, I tried it on and it hardly fits. So, yeah, I mean, it's made out of 2 pieces of material. This greyish material, which is there, and this green material. No markings in whatsoever. It's got a piece of string around here, or cord, and string around here. I mean, nothing really else I can say about that. This one, I think possibly might be military, but then again, it's kind of a similar sort of thing. I mean, it's got like this button here. This button is really interesting because it looks very similar to the picture that the statue that's above the Brandenburg Gate, which I think that's off the goddess Freya on the Brandenburg Gate. Anyway, so that could mean it's German, but it's also got down here these little Edelweiss buttons, which also makes me think it's German. But I mean, the size of it seems pretty useless, really, apart from possibly carrying some rations and having strapped to the side of a horse. I mean, the size of it is just far too small for it to be of any proper carrying use. I don't think it was ever actually intended to be worn as it was worn by a child. I mean, that's the only thing about it. It's got a fake button here. This one's fake, and this is an actual real button. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a little bit of restoration on this bit, which will involve just sewing it back together so this bit doesn't rip off with the bit with the button attached. And yeah, need to do some research on them because they're weird. If you guys know anything about them, either these, please give me a shout, because I have absolutely no idea what they are. So yeah, I got a whole load more blanks from reenactments I've been at, from where I just collect them off the field. These are just examples of blanks, and I just put them in. These are 3 or 3 blanks, I just put them into my 2 of my infill clips. So yeah. So this is the last thing that I got, very last thing. I got this for my birthday, and it's a reproduction World War II German M35 Helmet. So it's from Epic Military, it's really good quality, I like it a lot. Here's the inside. It says ET68, which stands for Eisenwerk Thal, which is the company, and 68 size of the head, or the helmet rather, the helmet size in centimeters, and then 1575, that's the batch number I believe. And another interesting thing is here there's a date on the strap, obviously it's a reproduction strap because of the general bad quality of it, and not bad quality but not super good quality, and the back of it just feels and looks so rubbery. Anyway, it's a very good reproduction I think, other than the strap, and it said that it would come with a crown stamp. However, it's not got a crown stamp. That actually might be a bonus, because I believe that not many were crown stamped. But anyway, another interesting thing is, well, another thing that's inaccurate about this is the helmet rivets. They move around a lot, and they should not move. That means that the head is separate from the actual pins, and that's not how they were made. It's inaccurate, and I'm probably going to replace them if I can. Likelihood is I can't replace them without really seriously messing the helmet up, so I'm not going to. But other than that, I mean, that's a great helmet, and I'm probably going to leave it like that. Put no decals on it, because that'd be perfect for late war. It would also mean that I wouldn't have to get a Waffen-SS helmet if I wanted to do Waffen-SS, and I wouldn't have to have a different one to do Wehrmacht. So that's good. If I wanted to do Luftwaffe, then I'd just have to get myself another helmet, but I mean, I'm not really going to buy another World War II German helmet just solely for Luftwaffe. I'll just use my Fallschirmjäger helmet, or have a helmet cover on that. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the end of the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I've done a massive reshuffle of my room, got stuff into the loft, etc. No military, don't worry. So that's basically that. Hope you guys have enjoyed. So guys, just to let you know, my next video is going to be on my World War II British and German webbing sets. In it I shall cover all of the Pattern 37 webbing sets I own, and that are complete of course, and all of my German webbing sets that I own, and I'll be giving my opinion on which is better and why. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy that, and hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Comment, subscribe, bye.